We're in the month of May, and in the cycling world, it only means one thing. It's time for the Giro d'Italia. Hello, fellow cycling fans, and welcome to my preview of Stage 1 of Giro d'Italia 2025 for the first time ever, starting in Albania. The finish of the first stage is in the capital of Tirana, and there is where we will have our first podium ceremony and the first pink jersey delivered. So we are starting in Durrës, a coastal town. First 70 kilometers are mostly flat. We have two intermediate sprints just before the first climb of this year's race. Gracen, some 13 kilometers at around 5.2%, then a long downhill all the way to Tirana, but before that at 112 kilometers from the start we have that Red Bull kilometer. It is an interesting way of sponsoring an intermediate sprint, and I am really looking forward to see how it really looks in action. And then two laps around Tirana featuring this Surell climb, 7 kilometers at around 4.4%, and it's downhill all the way to the finish in Tirana. This is how it looks on the map, starting in this port, riding along the coastline, and then once we start from the kilometer zero, it is mostly inland. Here is Elbasan, where the Gracen starts, and this is the downhill section all the way to Tirana. Sauk is the place where we have a Red Bull kilometer, and this is Surel, the climb that is climbed twice in this stage. This is that climb, some 7 kilometers at around 4.76%. It has a maximum gradient of around 13%, but it is in the first half of the climb. I don't really see an attack sticking, but for sure I have some guys in mind who will like to try an attack here, take the pink jersey, so we will see if they will succeed. This is the final 5 kilometers profile, so you can see that it is mostly downhill, and in the city center we have three corners. First one is to the left, then one sharp to the right, and in the final kilometer we have one 90 degrees corner just before the finishing line. But I don't expect a really big group to reach the finish line, so hopefully no crashes or any other incidents in the city center. We will probably see Polti, Cometa or Visit Malta team in the breakaway alongside Bardiani. They will try to even get this first KOM jersey, maybe even a point jersey, but I think that the winner of the stage will probably take that. And then but okay, they can maybe place second and wear that jersey for him, as the winner of the stage will obviously be in pink too on the stage too as well. So who will control this breakaway? Well, I think Little Jack and Visma Lisa Bike for sure will try to do it alongside Alpecin. They are the teams that have the favorites in that sprint with Pedersen, Groves, and Wout van Aert, of course. So those are the three guys that I'm looking at the most to win this stage. What about the weather on a Friday in Albania? Well, you can see that there is a possibility of rain. However, now they are saying that it will fall around 6 p.m. So that is just after the stage finishes, and probably that will be good. We don't want to have a slippery downhill or slippery corners in the city center, so it will be the best for the riders if the rain doesn't fall. But if it does, then I can see more variables in the equation, and some unexpected things can happen. Of course, wind will not be really strong, some 3 meters per second from the north, but since we are doing these loops around Tirana, then I don't expect a wind to play any factor, and it will be slightly headwind on the climb, but still I expect some attacks to happen. So what about the bookmakers? Well, they agree with me mostly. They have Pedersen as the favorite, as the top favorite at 3.5. You can see that it is an open stage. Then Caden Groves and Wout van Aert at 6 are joint second favorite. Paul Manier he still needs to step up a level. He's a greater guy, but I don't want to put too much pressure onto him. For sure, he will be in the mix if he can survive those climbs, but I don't really expect him to win this stage. Olaf Koiv, if he can survive these climbs, then it will be interesting to see who will Visma Lisa bike back, him or Wout van Aert. But with Wout's form this year, his sprinting didn't look that great. But and if Koiv is in the group, then I'm sure they will go for him. Sam Ben, Fiorelli, Godon, all the guys that can maybe survive these climbs. But I will go with an outside option. I think Tom Pitcock attacks on the descent and takes home the pink jersey, starting this Giro with fireworks. His team Q36.5, they got an invitation for this race. They need to show something, and I'm sure that Pitcock will try to do it already in stage 1. He's my pick for the win in this stage and for the pink jersey. Thank you for watching this video. Like it if you enjoy my comments about races and cycling in general. Don't forget to subscribe. Every preview, every stage of this Giro will be in my channel, and every one day race. So don't forget to subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you never miss a preview. Have a great day. I hope to see you on Friday for the preview of stage 2. Bye!